Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt, and it is Thursday, which means it's our twice a week installment of what sold for postcards this so far this week. So this will cover Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is the 15th, 16th, 17th of November. And in that time, we sold 42 postcards for $323. That's $7.87 average. So, and that average is a great word. That's pretty much what the average has been for this first, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the last several videos. Usually, give or take, right around $300, give or take, right around 40 postcards. So we're right in there. Like to see that number grow, but definitely very happy with that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. And by the way, if it's your first time here and you like this sort of content, please consider subscribing. You can find some other ways to support the channel down below. There's going to be a start of a new postcard related series here coming out, and it's essentially selling postcards 101. So if you're finding this video and you're interested in how to get started selling postcards, there's going to be a series of videos coming out that are just going to give the very, very basics on the different eras of postcards, how to price, research sites, and things like that. So hopefully you find that stuff helpful. Let's go ahead and get started with what sold this week. All right. So first up is, and I'm gonna have to. eBay's been having some issues today, and this swirling image load thing just isn't going to go away. So I apologize. Please bear with me. Nothing really I can do about it. I've tried this on multiple devices. This is an eBay problem and not anything wrong with my connection. So starting off here, we're going to go, bear with me just a second here. Let me get into... this is the Morgan Horse Farm in University of Vermont, Weybridge. This is a chrome postcard. Typically, I find that horses sell very well. It's one of those kind of content. There's a lot of crossover, and people collect horses. So this is a fairly unique one. I didn't see a ton of them out there. The ones that were quite a bit more priced, but I didn't quite a bit higher priced, but I didn't see any sold. So I kind of priced mine to move, and it sold relatively quickly for $2.95 plus shipping. Yeah, I tell you what, this thing is going to drive me nuts. I really am not a big fan of this here swirling circle. But whatever, moving forward, this is the Marathon Post in Brewster County Park, Texas. Fairly unique Dexter Press postcard. Looks to me like it might be, I could do a little research and see if it's one of those same sky postcards. This here looks like that eel, but in reverse, right? $3.95 plus shipping. Texas does pretty well, and I just listed a lot of Texas postcards recently. So just a nice little scenic view of a park. Redwood Highway, the Dyerville Flat, California, linen postcard. It was somebody's duplicate at some point. I've sold this card a few times before. This one sold for $4.95 plus shipping. Got another linen postcard, an aerial view of the planetarium in Hollywood, California. Another pretty popular subject. I've sold a lot of this planetarium over the last several months. This one sold for $3.36 on a offer sent to watcher, and that did not include shipping. Another Redwood postcard. I believe this sold to the same buyer as the previous one. They also purchased, I think, the next one as well. Yeah, so the Redwood Highway, this card and the next card all sold to the same buyer. So This is the nurse log, right? The never dying redwood, because we have the one that's fallen and the new ones growing from it. This has been shown as a theme on postcards all up into the Chrome era. The never dying redwood is definitely one to look out for. It's not huge money, but they've sold for me well. This one's $3.95, posted in 1941. Nice linen postcard. Next up, this is Mount Adams. Speaking of perpetual, this is the perpetually snow-capped Mount Adams. I don't believe it's quite as perpetually snow-capped now, thanks to global warming. Unposted. The printing on the back is so light, I can't really get it to show up, even if I adjust my contrast. If I adjust it so I can get the back to show up, it always messes up my front image. So it's just an EKC, unposted. You can barely make out the stamp box there. This one here sold for $7.95 plus shipping. Next up, the bird's eye view of the Dunes Golf Course at Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. Posted postcard 1965 golf. I've said it before. It's another one of those things. There's crossover. I mean, basically, if you look at a postcard, and if there's people who are enthusiasts about whatever the content is, so for instance, golf. There are golf enthusiasts. We all know that. So you would think that there would be some crossover into the postcard world, and there usually is. So this one, again, not big money, but it sold quickly, $2.95 plus shipping. Next up, we got another nice chrome postcard. Hospitals, again, always sell, especially hospitals with a bunch of cool vintage cars parked out front, like this one is. This one didn't even really do any research on it. I knew what I wanted on it, put it up for $20 plus shipping, and that's what I got. Only took a few days to sell, too. This is the Blount Memorial Hospital in Marysville, Tennessee. Nice chrome postcard. Texas sells as well. Pretty much, this one's got a little bit of everything. It's Texas, motel. Nice that it has the address here. Unposted linen postcard. Not a super common one either. I ended up at $19.95 plus shipping. Took an offer for $12.50, and I actually have another one of these already up and ready to sell. Nice street view with the trolley. This is 16th Street from Arapahoe Street in Denver, Colorado. This is right about a block away from the Union Station there. 1909. Nice, cool little street view postcard of Denver. $4.95 plus shipping. Man, I hate this little dot. Driving me crazy. All right. Next up, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Desert Lodge Motel in AAA Travel Lodge. There we go. There's all your deets. Again, motels always sell. This one's got a great sign out front, too. This one here sold for $2.66 on an offer sent to watchers. View at Rocky River in Cleveland, Ohio. This is a blank back postcard. Now, I wanted to do a little more research on just the phenomenon of blank backs, right? Sometimes I'm sure that they're either misprinted in the printing process. Sometimes they're intentionally blank backs. Hey, Mark over at SM Postcard, blank back postcards. You could do a video on that. Teach us all a thing or two. So yeah, this is probably from the era of divided back postcards, is my guess. Just kind of looking at the, all over print. There's not room for writing on front, really, unless you want to squeeze it in over here. This one here sold for $6.95 plus shipping. A bunch of little kitties with a yellow fence. But these kitties have a secret. They're from DuPont, Pennsylvania. Nice chrome postcard. Really cute. Kitty sell, as always. This one sold for $4.46 plus shipping, just because they're so cute. Here we have Herald Square and Broadway and 6th Avenue at night in New York City. This one just really cool sort of lines and perspective. It's sort of almost distorted in its perspective. I think it's really cool. I like that it's a night view. This is a divided back era from around 1914, probably right before they went to white borders. And we got the full moon up here. This one's got pretty much everything. What's not to like? Sold for $5.91 on an offer sent out to watchers. And behind the swirling circle, we have some ski slopes and a chairlift at Sun Valley, Idaho. Ski slopes, as you know, they're ski enthusiasts. So ski slopes, ski scenes, skiing, chairlifts, all going to sell. This is a Union Oil advertisement. So this was a series. You will find in Chrome postcards, you will find a lot of these if you buy a lot of Chrome postcards. They gave them away at gas stations. So they're out there. This one here sold for $4.95 plus shipping. Got Dante's view of Death Valley, Idaho. Now, this is a Frasher's photo. You can see this down here. Frasher's photo, real photo postcards have sold very consistently for me. If you can fit it into your subject line, I definitely recommend doing so. Unposted, EKC. This one here sold for $10.25 plus shipping. Nice view of Mount Hood in Oregon from over the city of Portland, Oregon. I love the 2.5 cent thing here. So yeah, this is unposted, divided back era. Great image. Mountains, I feel like do pretty well. Mountains definitely do better than some other scenic landscape stuff. So happy with this one. $4.95 plus shipping. I'll take that all day long. This one sold very, very quickly. I was actually pretty surprised. It's the blast furnace of the Jones and Laughlin Steel Company in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. These big sort of heavy machinery, manufacturing stuff. People love to see it. It's just cool to look at. This is a unposted Dexter postcard. So yeah, keep an eye out for this stuff. Mining, refineries, large manufacturing and equipment. People dig this kind of stuff. So definitely another thing to keep an eye out for. Stuff like this, I'm just gonna list. And this one sold for $5.95 plus shipping. We got the world's record black bear, 665 pounds dressed. Shot 5 miles east of Lyndon, and that is in Wisconsin. That's right, Wisconsin. There we go. Unposted Chrome postcard, just an interesting view. It's not rare by any means. $2.95 plus shipping. Nice Raphael Tuck Thanksgiving postcard. Seen some better days. I priced it accordingly. I have another of this as well that is in much better condition. You can see that there is like something from a stamp. Maybe it was stuck to up here. Corners all jacked up. Tattered, stained, dirty, and from the postcard collection of Mr. Herbert Love. Thank you once again, Herbert. Sent out an offer to watchers on this one, and it sold for $7.61 plus shipping. And really, just one of the things I love about this particular hobby and this niche is that, you know what? Condition does not always matter. Because this one's, man, could be worse, but not much. Here we have Montezuma's Castle National Monument in Camp Verde, Arizona. Nice chrome postcard, unposted. Not huge money, stuff like this, but these sell. Arizona, New Mexico, definitely those areas of the country do pretty well. So $2.95 on this one plus shipping. All right, so I talked last week about the Postcard album that I purchased that had a number of risque postcards in it, and that none of the risque ones had really sold yet, but the North Carolina postcards that were also in there had more or less paid for the lot. Well, no sooner had I said that than sold a bunch of these risque postcards out of that album. So, this was risque for the 1940s. If you're a Puritan or get, bothered by risque content, there's going to be some of that here, so you've been warned. So first up, we got Greetings from the Hillbillies, again from the Asheville Postcard Company. The next three cards, by the way, sold to the same buyer. The total was $19.85, so it was roughly about $7 per card, just a little bit less, 6 and change. You need a lot of pull here. Get it? Because he's pulling on the udders. It's utterly ridiculous. And finally, this one. Turn out the light. I feel better in the dark. Just the art on this is just fantastic. For a linen postcard, it looks airbrushed on there. It's beautiful. Just awesome. Really happy with that. So this one, and this one all sold for a total of $19.85 plus shipping. They also purchased this one, my mistake, for $6.95 plus shipping. Glacier Park, Montana, another linen postcard. Large letter greetings. Usually I price them at about $3.95 unless it's an unusual one. So this one sold for $6.95 plus shipping. Here we have Pelham, Georgia, the high school in Pelham. So this was an unusual one. I love how in these old postcards they always talk about how much money they cost to build. $17,000 is all this thing cost way back then. From the collection of Miss Daisy Graves. So this one's been up for a little over a year now. 1906, undivided back. And just a really nice one. $29.95 plus shipping. Now the next 6 cards all went to the same buyer. They all sold for $11 a piece plus shipping. And they're all more or less the same theme and from the same series. So hopefully you enjoy these. I think they're very interesting. They're all medieval torture German postcards. And I'll tell you what each one of these are. They're really quite interesting. First one is the torture of a baker for bread too small. And it's the baptism of a baker is really what this translates to. So he made his bread too small, so they started dunking him in a cage. The next one is the torture of the fall player or the gambler. So he's got all the dice around his neck and stuff. Unposted. Really interesting. Super cool. Then we have I love the title on this one, or the translation. This is the shame flute for bad musician. So he's got this flute that he's like locked into, his shame flute for playing poorly. Then we have the Spanish collar for drunks and mischief at night. And see here he's drinking, and then here he's like stealing stuff and beating a woman and running away. Then we have punishment of a rogue, which is cool. With the sort of rogue wolf metal helmet mask, and all the peasants down here talking about how much of a rogue he is. And finally, we have the torture for arrogant women. And you can see they're all with their fists and their collars there. So yeah, all those very interesting, unique content. They show up relatively often, but not often enough that you're going to have much competition if you put these up. So I had each up for $14.95 plus shipping. Took offers from the same buyer for $11 a piece for all of them, and they sold the day after I listed them. All right, got another multi-postcard order. So the next 5 cards, they're all fairly similar in content. Again, they're all basically motels. They sold for a total of $19.67 plus shipping. First, we have the Gold Bar Motel Multi-View Chrome postcard here in Eureka, California. Then we have the Roadway Inn Motel with the El Camino parked in front. That was my focus, but I think the person actually ended up buying it for the postcard or for the hotel. Then we have the Hotel Carrillo in Santa Barbara, California, linen postcard here. There we go. I received your letter of July 30th, and I will be on the lookout for the parcel. I'm sending you the cents and dimes along with this card as soon as I get the rest. You will have them. I am William R. James. To Harvey Turner. Very interesting. It looks like they had taped maybe the pennies and dimes to this. Interesting. Then next up we have the Webster and Chaffee's Auto Court. Nice winged chevron sign here. Greyhound sign here. Some gas pumps here. So a lot of good content to look at. This is Orrick, California. 1949. This is the interior of the new Altamira Hotel in Sausalito. Uncommon content here. This is there's a few postcards of this out there, but none of this particular view that I saw. So these 5 cards, $19.67 plus shipping. Our next card here is the Walkway to the Springs Phospho on the Lithia Ridgeway, Virginia. Nice undivided divided back postcard, my mistake. So the Lithia Phospho hot springs are literally some phosphorus hot springs. People like to soak it. This one here sold for $19.95 plus shipping. We've seen this one before. This is the Stone Church in Dover Plains, New York. Got a number of these and a lot I purchased recently, and this is the 4th and final card to sell. Just those 4 cards totaled for more than double what I paid for the lot. So very happy about that. Here we have the west portal of the Twin Tubes in the Detroit River Tunnel, American side of the Michigan Central Railway. It's a mouthful. Obviously, this has seen some better days. It's been mounted. Still a really nice, cool looking view. Love these ones that look kind of down into the darkness of the tunnel with that vanishing point perspective. This one here sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Here we have sort of a generic floral greeting, but this one's been sort of customized. Greetings from Downs, Kansas. Printed in Germany, 1909. Not obviously technically this is topographical because Downs, Kansas has been printed on there, and there's not a lot of postcards from Downs, Kansas. So I put this one up at $7.95. I sent out some offers. Somebody took me up at $6.76 plus shipping. And finally, a very nice international This is a Angola, Portugal, the Vista Parcial, and it's advertising for TAP Airlines, a now defunct South American Airlines. I believe they're defunct. I might be wrong on that, but I believe they are. My memory serves me correct from when I was doing the research on this one. So that is going to be it. Thank you, as always, for watching. And for those of you heading to the York Postcard Show this weekend, good luck in your searches. I hope you find a lot of great stuff. While you're there, why don't you send me a postcard? Thank you again for watching. We'll see you on Sunday, and keep an eye out for the new series that should be starting out tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.